Hans Lambert is the Small Animals Director at Clyde Veterinary Group. Hans, thanks for your time this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you back this call for a ban on backyard, neighbourhood fireworks displays?
Unfortunately, I think we do. The problem is, I love fireworks. Okay, I love watching them. But we see, unfortunately, the other side of the story. We see clients, we see pets, they come to us completely petrified. And some of them, like I said before, they do go to the extent of trying to break out of the house, and it's horrendous to see, and it's very distressing for the owners as well.
What's the impact that fireworks have on animals? Why do animals react, cats and dogs, react in this way?
I think they're just panicking more or less. They're not used to the sound. They don't know what's happening, so they start panting a lot, they start shaking, they're crying, they're attention-seeking, and they just really want to have a safe place, And if they don't have that safe place, they will try and find one. So we had, for instance, one dog, who chewed through a plasterboard wall to get out of his environment, And it's very distressing for the owner. And when the owner phoned me and said, look, my dog just chewed through a plasterboard wall, I didn't really quite take it seriously, until I saw the dog and then took an x-ray and I saw a lot of plasterboard inside this dog's stomach, And it is very distressing for the dog, to be honest. It looked a complete mess, and it's very distressing.
So this is the busiest time of year for you, with people coming to you asking for advice and help and support?
Absolutely, yes. And then if it was just one day, it would be a lot easier. But because people start firing those fireworks way before the 5th of November, and way after that, it makes it very tricky.
Well, it started already. I was out walking my dog in the park last night about 8 o'clock, and the fireworks were going off then, and he's absolutely petrified. We've got a thing called I think it's called a thunder shirt for him, which seems to kind of calm him down a bit. What are the other options that people have got?
I think the thunder shirts really rely on the compression. You give them a little bit of protection from that point of view. And if you're well prepared in advance, there are certainly drugs that you can use, You can give them what we call pheromones, There are some sort of hormones that calm them down quite nicely. But it does take a bit of time for those to work. So if you use it just maybe the day before the big fireworks, then that's probably not the best way. But there are lots of nursing clinics in particular where people bring their pets, and get really great advice. But on the day, very often, we just really use tranquilizer and sedatives, in order to try and help them cope with it.
Which isn't great. Let's face it. Which pets are worst affected by it, Hans?
I think most of our clients, really it's just the dogs, because cats in general hide away anyway, and people are not quite aware. But I think the dogs trying to escape, crying off a lot, breaking through walls and baby gates and stuff like that. It's mainly dogs really that we see.
So you're not calling for an outright ban here, but you're saying that fewer organised displays would be a better way to do this?
I think I'm just with the MP as well. I think realistically, if you try and have it organised, then people can still have some fun, But if you have it in every garden, it makes it very tricky, I think, And it is a better way of maybe having still some fun, but having it in an organised way, it would be much better, I think. Yeah.
If people have got new dogs, is there a way of trying to stop them becoming anxious, Hans, or is it just in their nature?
I think you have to really train them a little bit, and there are great helps out there, We do have those desensitization CDs with lots of noises and so on, and you slowly and gradually get them used to that, And as long as you do that slowly and gradually, and the dog is in a safe environment, it makes it a lot easier. The problem really arises when you walk a dog, and then suddenly a youngster, whatever, puts one of those fireworks in front of you, and then suddenly you get the biggest fright, and that will be embedded in the dog's brain, and it is very, very difficult at this stage to try and solve the problem,
Hans, are you busy this morning?
I'm semi-busy, yes.
Okay, well, can you keep the radio on? Because before 12 today, I'm going to be speaking to a man who lives with 46 dogs.
I know. It's challenging, it's good.
Challenging, that's a good way to put it. You don't want to miss this. That's just before 12. Hans Lambert, Small Animals Director at Clyde Veterinary Group, thank you very much indeed for your time this morning.